Welcome back, everyone. It's Charlie. Marvel just quietly canceled another mystery movie this week. It was supposed to come out July 23rd, 2027, meaning as part of their original plan, it would have been released right after Avengers Secret Wars. So it would have either been their very first Marvel Phase 7 movie, like the Mutant Saga they would do after their soft reboot on the MCU, or it would have been like Spider-Man Far From Home, which they released right after Avengers Endgame, but it was still meant to be a tail end Phase 3 movie, not part of Marvel Phase 4 like the next era of movies. It's a little bit weird because it feels like Marvel's trying to sweep it under the rug and not announce their shame publicly, but they did arrange with movie theaters to release a movie on this date around the world. We actually have a pretty good idea for what it was supposed to be based on which movies Marvel was developing a couple years ago before Kevin Feige changed all their plans, pulling way back on how many movies and TV shows they were releasing each year. There was a bloodbath at Marvel the last couple of years with them canceling stuff, pulling way back on their output to try and refocus on quality and change their plans to get through the multiverse arc as fast as possible so they could speed towards their new X-Men phase, the new X-Men reboot movie, Marvel Phase 7, as fast as possible. You can really tell that Marvel is way more excited about the potential that all that stuff brings post-soft reboot than all the stuff that they were originally planning on doing right now. It is a very Hollywood kind of thing to do, where they're like, if things aren't working right now, what's the best thing to do? Soft reboot and try something completely new, like completely new vibe. And for Marvel, that mostly means X-Men stuff. But here's the thing though, some of the stuff they were originally planning on doing around Avengers 5 and Avengers 6 this couple of year period was actually pretty strong, pretty solid ideas, so some of it just got delayed. So I will explain what got canceled, what got delayed. Marvel giveth and Marvel taketh away. Despite all the cancellations, there's still a lot of new stuff they're releasing, and New York Comic Con is next week. They will be releasing trailers of upcoming TV shows as far as I know. I will do videos for whatever they do wind up releasing. Be sure to subscribe to my channel to be the first to watch those.
I'm ready this time.
But here's the crazy thing. We actually found out about this brand new mystery canceled Marvel movie because of something that Disney did completely separate from Marvel, like unrelated to Marvel stuff. Just a couple days ago, Disney announced it was releasing a new Simpsons movie. People went crazy like, wow, it's been forever since the last Simpsons movie. There've been all kinds of jokes. And it was the Hollywood Trades, Variety, Deadline, Hollywood Reporter, who said that it was taking the release date, July 23rd, 2027, that Disney had previously listed for an untitled Marvel movie, meaning that they had quietly canceled a Marvel movie, but it was still untitled. They didn't officially say what that was, and Marvel never said anything about it, like they were not part of this announcement. If you didn't realize, a few years ago, Disney and Marvel listed release dates for several upcoming Marvel movies. All movie studios do stuff like this, not just Marvel, where they'll announce release dates for movies several years in advance based on the loose plans that they have in development. Like, we have these movies that we think that we'll be able to release at these different dates, and then they'll tell movie theaters across the world over the next couple of years, we will be releasing movies on these particular dates. For instance, Marvel originally planned on releasing Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars in May 2026 and May 2027. They decided this years and years in advance. This was also before several different delays. Like, there was an original version of this too, where they had back-to-back Avengers movies 6 and 7 in the same year. You probably remember from Comic-Con 2019. Marvel got clowned on big time, especially on The Boys TV show, with like all the different release dates for things that ultimately never wound up coming out or got greatly delayed several times. Marvel started to learn it's not a good idea to try and plan release dates several years in advance too much. Then a couple of years ago, Kevin Feige slams on the brakes so they could focus on quality control, and instead of 4 movies per year in a bunch of TV shows, Marvel is currently only releasing 2 movies in 2026, Spider-Man Brand New Day and Avengers Doomsday, now delayed to Christmas, and currently there's only 1 Marvel movie scheduled to release in 2027, Avengers Secret Wars, also during Christmas. Meaning that a ton of stuff had been canceled the last couple of years, very big changes. Based on all of Marvel's previous reports for their movie plans back when Avengers 5 was still Kang Dynasty, before they decided to bring back Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom and turn it into Avengers Doomsday, rewrite the stories of both Avengers movies, and the plan for all the other different Marvel movies that were releasing around Avengers 5 and Avengers 6 at that time. They had planned to follow the Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness post-credit scene with Clea with Doctor Strange 3 and use that as a setup movie for the final incursions and release it right before Avengers Secret Wars.
You caused an incursion, and we're gonna fix it.
So the idea in the original plan, Doctor Strange was meant to be a key figure in Avengers Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars. I still think that he's meant to be a big character, but their plan has changed so much for Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars, they probably just put him on a TBD kind of list. When they brought the Russos back and they completely rewrote the script for Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars and all the characters they were going to be using during those movies, Doctor Strange probably got moved way down the list of how important he was going to be in the movies. By the time Marvel publicly announced Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom at Comic-Con 2024, they'd already finalized a lot of their cancellation and delays to the movies and the TV shows. So what we'll do is we'll explain everything that hit the chopping block, things that were canceled outright, things that just got delayed till after Secret Wars, because most of the stuff that got delayed just got delayed till after Secret Wars. These are now the other canceled or greatly delayed movies and TV shows that we know about. There are probably a bunch of them that they never publicly announced and that have not leaked out yet. Like, we slowly find out about new ones along the way as material leaks out, like concept art, like, oh, they were clearly planning on these other TV shows. Some of these we have more information about than others, so I'll do them rapid fire if we know less about them. And these are just meant to be the Marvel Studios movies and TV shows, not the Sony-verse Spider-Man spin-offs that got canceled recently. That's like a whole other thing. There's Avengers Kang Dynasty. I've already done many videos about this and what happened with Jonathan Majors, what Avengers 5 would have been. Jonathan Majors is not currently supposed to come back, but Marvel might bring the Kang character back at some point, and probably the best thing when it comes to stuff like this is never say never. Like, I will not say firm no, never coming back. The example Kevin Feige previously gave was they brought the leader character back after almost 20 years of not doing the character in Incredible Hulk. So I would say never. James Gunn revealed he was previously working on a legendary Star-Lord movie with Chris Pratt after he left to run DC and reboot the DCU. Chris Pratt started developing a Star-Lord movie with the Annihilators team. That might still wind up happening in Marvel Phase 7. There was a brand new movie for Chris Evans and Haley Atwell that they were developing after Avengers Endgame that they said they couldn't figure out. My assumption is they were going to tell the story of Captain America returning the Infinity Stones. They basically just pushed their return to Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars. There was a Silver Surfer special presentation, which are like the small movies. That was quietly canceled, I think because they weren't sure what they were going to do with Silver Surfer after this new Fantastic Four movie. They were just waiting to see how it did financially, how people liked it. So it's possible that this version of Silver Surfer, Shala Bal, also comes back with Galactus in the soft reboot era, the MCU. Galactus will come back for sure, though.
Possesses the power cosmic, and he will inherit this cursed throne.
There was the infamous Armor Wars movie with Rhodey and Riri Williams, which was originally supposed to be a TV show. Armor Wars was supposed to cross over with the Ironheart TV show, like they would have worked together. Marvel then decided to turn it into a movie because it was going to be way too expensive to do it correctly as a TV show, because they wouldn't have been able to do as much with the armors. There's the Shang-Chi 2 movie, which Marvel was originally planning on making with Destin Daniel Cretton, who's now directing Spider-Man Brand New Day. The only reason why that got delayed till after Secret Wars, they're still working on it, is because they decided that they would earn way more money on a Spider-Man movie, and that was a much bigger priority for them. So like, we'll do Spider-Man first, we'll eventually get to that Shang-Chi 2 movie. Originally, he was also going to be a much bigger part of the plot in Avengers Kang Dynasty, like the 10 Rings were going to be connected to Kang the Conqueror and the Council of Kangs. And Destin Daniel Cretton was going to be the director of Avengers 5. So like, there was just going to be way more Shang-Chi just happening in the original version of the MCU. There's the new version of Thor 5 that Chris Hemsworth just teased. There have been a couple different versions of this before Taika Waititi completely left Marvel and then after he left Marvel. Chris Hemsworth basically trying to redeem the character, so there's always the chance that it still happens after Secret Wars now. James Gunn also revealed that he was working on a Ravagers TV show for more Guardians of the Galaxy stuff. There was a Captain Britain in Black Knight team-up TV show that then turned into an Excalibur TV series that was going to take place after Secret Invasion with Emilia Clarke's character and Kit Harington's Black Knight in basically a British version of the Avengers. It kind of sounds like this has been quietly canceled behind the scenes and Marvel isn't really doing anything with it, but like it's sitting there on a shelf for somebody to come along in like 10 years and try to redo with different people. There are 3 different Black Panther TV shows that have been canceled: in a Okoye series for just her A Midnight Angels TV series, in an animated T'Challa Star-Lord TV series based on his character from What If, that had actually been in development before Chadwick Boseman passed away a number of years ago.
I was the one who told you I wanted to see the world. All you did was show me the universe.
There's the Hercules TV show based on the post-credit scene in Thor: Love and Thunder. That was meant to set up a Hercules TV series back when pretty much everybody was getting a TV series in that era of Disney+. There was a canceled Iron Man 3000 TV show about an older Morgan Stark, Pepper Potts, and an older Harley Keener for people that want Harley Keener to come back as a version of Iron Lad or just as another character in general. Then there's a much bigger Nova TV series. This was supposed to be Henry Cavill coming as a version of Annihilus in the MCU. That's right, Henry Cavill was supposed to play Annihilus during this TV series, which sounds absolutely wild. Love Henry Cavill, love seeing him come back in the MCU. Would not expect it to be as Annihilus, though. Marvel has currently delayed this till after Secret Wars and Marvel Phase 7. Reportedly, Terry Matalas, who just did Picard Season 3, he's doing the Vision TV series right now. Great showrunner, reportedly signed on to do the Nova TV series, so he might be developing that now going forward. There's the Young Avengers TV series, now they're calling it The Champions. That also got delayed till after Secret Wars. They actually hired a showrunner to work on that, but it's kind of in the background right now, like it's not a huge priority for them, and they might be in their 40s by the time this series premieres, which is why it makes sense to change the name from Young Avengers to Champions. They will not be very young by the time the TV series comes out. I just did a video for the Marvel Zombies TV series. That felt kind of like a Young Avengers TV series, like Young Avengers, but with Marvel Zombies. Then there's the Midnight Suns TV show. That also got delayed till after Secret Wars. There are a number of different plans that the Blade movie was tied up in. That got delayed too. So just a lot of chaos with what they were doing with Midnight Suns, but they're still going to do it at some point eventually in some form. There was a Moon Knight Season 2 that they were working on. That probably quietly got canceled, and they'll just bring Moon Knight back in a team-up project like Midnight Suns. And it wasn't all bad news. There were a number of things that got uncanceled, like Thanos unsnapped, like all the Marvel Netflix shows, bringing them back, all the Defenders, during Daredevil Born Again Season 1, Season 2, and now confirmed Daredevil Born Again Season 3. Jessica Jones and Luke Cage are supposed to be back during Season 2. Elektra was just announced as coming back during Season 3. There have even been reports about Chloe Bennett coming back in some future Marvel TV series, so whenever we hear more news about them bringing stuff back or new stuff that they do greenlight, of course I will do videos about it. And even though it might seem weird that Marvel has been canceling so much stuff the last several years, normally that would be bad, it's actually how a normal movie studio operates. Marvel has been different so far because they've always been automatically greenlighting stuff without seeing a pilot first, which does seem very irresponsible in retrospect. But like I said, New York Comic Con next week, there should be a bunch of trailers from a bunch of different people, not just Marvel trailers. I will do videos for everything. Be sure to enable alerts for my channel so you don't miss any of those. My next big video will be Peacemaker Episode 7. It is going to be wild. Click here for that video. I'll update the link as soon as I post that. And click here for that new Avengers Doomsday teaser that the Russo brothers just released. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.